Welcome to episode 3 of our series on the War of 1812, Failed Invasion. Taunt. In this episode, we'll explore the ill-fated American invasion of Canada, which marked one of the earliest and most disastrous campaigns of the war. As we saw in our previous episodes, tensions between the United States and Great Britain had been escalating for years, culminating in the declaration of war in June 1812. The American government, confident in its ability to quickly defeat the British and gain control of Canada, began making plans for an invasion. However, this confidence would soon prove to be misplaced. The invasion of Canada was led by General William Hull, who marched his army of approximately 2,500 men from Ohio into Canadian territory. Hull's plan was to capture the city of Montreal and then move on to Quebec, hoping to persuade the French-speaking population to join the American cause. However, things quickly went awry. Hull's army was poorly trained, undisciplined, and lacked adequate supplies. The British, on the other hand, were well prepared and had a strong network of Native American allies who were determined to resist the American invasion. As Hull's army advanced into Canada, they encountered fierce resistance from the British and their Native American allies. One of the most significant battles of the campaign took place at Mackinac Island, where a small force of British and Native American troops defeated an American army, forcing them to surrender. This defeat was a major blow to American morale and marked the beginning of a long and difficult campaign. Despite these setbacks, Hull continued to push forward, hoping to capture Montreal and gain a decisive victory. However, his plans were soon thwarted by the British, who launched a surprise attack on his army at the Battle of Detroit. The Americans were quickly defeated, and Hull was forced to surrender his entire army. The failure of the American invasion of Canada was a major embarrassment for the U.S. government and marked a significant turning point in the war. It became clear that the conflict would not be easily won, and that the British were a more formidable opponent than had been anticipated. In addition to the military failures, the invasion also highlighted the difficulties faced by the American army in terms of logistics and supply chain management. The lack of adequate supplies, including food, ammunition, and medical care, severely hindered the army's ability to wage war effectively. The failed invasion of Canada also had significant implications for the Native American tribes who had allied themselves with the British. Many of these tribes, including the Shawnee and Creek, saw the American defeat as a major victory and continued to resist American expansion into their lands. As we look back on this period in history, it is clear that the failed invasion of Canada was a significant moment in the War of 1812. It marked a turning point in the conflict and highlighted the challenges faced by the American army as they struggled to assert their authority over the British and Native American tribes. In our next episode, we'll explore the events of 1813, including the burning of York, now Toronto, and the Battle of Lake Erie. We'll also examine the impact of the war on American society and the economy, and how it ultimately contributed to the growth and development of the United States. That's all for today. Join us next time on History with Herodotus as we continue our series on the War of 1812 with Episode 4, 1813, Campaigns.